Previously, I built all of Breath of the Wild in Minecraft at 1:4 scale. It was a miniature version, it was a lot of fun. Now I'm doing it at 1:2 scale. It is half-sized Hyrule. Something that will have a lot of detail, but will still be fairly quick for me to actually build. So let me tell you about what I've done so far. I started by importing the height map into World Painter. Sometimes it doesn't go well and there's water everywhere. But most of the time I just painted some generic textures on there to approximately match the biomes, and then I exported it to a Minecraft world. I opened it up in Minecraft and here's what I saw. It is ugly and it is really big. It needs a lot of work and there's a lot of room to do work, so it is going to take me forever to do this stuff. But I'm going to try, so let's get started. The first thing I noticed that needs to be fixed is there is tall grass and flowers everywhere. I guess my world painter settings were wrong, and I could re-export it, but I want to stick with what I've got, so I'm going to do this myself, with command blocks. I put command blocks in the world spawn chunk that everywhere I go, they will automatically run the fill command to get rid of these ferns and flowers and sunflowers and tall grasses. I don't want any of those. Now the fill command, that is something that I use way too often. Here you can see me using it to put andesite on the side of a hill where dirt previously was. To me it's kind of satisfying to fill in all of these ugly blocks with the better looking ones. I started putting snow on top of Mount Hyrule. You can do that with the fill command, because if you put it in a big square around yourself, the ones in the air will mostly disappear and only the ones on the ground will stay there. Very helpful. One of the biggest things wrong with this world is that water is often at the wrong elevation. So I also use the fill command to increase the water level on certain rivers and lakes. And I think it works better when you have a dark block underneath water, and mud is darker than dirt, and mud makes sense, so I'm filling the bottom of most of the water in Hyrule with mud. A lot of these mountains are entirely stone with a thin layer of grass on the top, and putting grass blocks there doesn't look good because of the dirt underneath, so I found that you can use moss carpets. Moss carpets you can't directly use the fill command for, because it will actually stack them on each other in a huge cube surrounding you. However, if I first put snow everywhere, snow will only be where I want the moss, then I can use fill to replace snow with moss carpets, and that works. Life hacking. Next, I decided to start actually decorating a small area. I chose Colomo Lake because it's close to the Great Plateau, but in Hyrule Field, where you can see it well. So it was a lot of putting beaches around it, putting those little ruins in the center, and then adding a bunch of birch trees, because this is one of the biggest birch groves in Hyrule. It's also the location of a memory. I should add those in at some point too. Next, I decided to build Link's house as a demo of how structures are going to work here. And I definitely made it bigger than 1/2 size. It's probably like 3/4 of the size it should be, maybe 2/3. Maybe it is half, it's hard to tell. And I'm going to do that for a lot of structures. I'm going to try to make them as big as they actually should be, and it's just that the space between them throughout Hyrule is what's half size. In conclusion, I am planning on adding a lot more content to this world, and hopefully most of my videos will not be showing how I'm building things, but showcasing what I have built once I actually finish building the stuff. So if you are interested in that, stay tuned, maybe subscribe, because I'm going to be doing so much of this.